Welcome back, dear viewers, and you are still watching Cairo Local Time, and in this segment of our program we will focus on development of Upper Egypt as President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi inaugurated earlier in the day a number of development projects in the city of the Upper Egyptian city of Sohag. And to shed more light on these projects, we are joined over the phone by Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Mr. Ambassador.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
So, Ambassador Gamal, President Fattah al-Sisi inaugurated a number of development projects in Upper Egypt as well as Sohag Teaching Hospital, and visited the new Sohag University. Can you tell us more about the importance of developing Sohag Governorate and its role in pushing forward the development process in the country?
I was so happy to watch and to listen to the President and all the leaders who were presenting those projects today. And to cut a long story short, the President said one sentence.
Yes.
He is following the mass media and those people who are claiming that we are only building roads. And the President said, in order to go anywhere, you need roads. In order to develop Upper Egypt or Sinai or anywhere in the marginalized areas, you need to build roads. So if you don't have roads, you cannot reach there. And one very important problem in Sohag, they explained it, that the schools are in the eastern part of the River Nile, and many citizens are living on the western part, and there wasn't a bridge that the children can reach the school. So we need bridges, we need roads. But after listening the whole day to all the different projects in many areas and fields, then it means that our economic plan is covering every single problem we are thinking to solve it. So this is really a very good occasion. I hope that the mass media will present all these things and to summarize it in this sentence. In order to go anywhere to develop in Egypt, you need roads, you need bridges. Then you build schools, then you build hospitals, then you build industrial projects and agriculture. I am happy to hear this. I am happy to strictly centralize on those facts, so everyone should remain today happy that if you read our plan, which is in the cover page of the Ministry of Planning, you will see that we have a plan to reach every single village in Egypt in order to develop it. Also, the geography plays a good role here, that we are now in Upper Egypt, and all we are claiming that in Upper Egypt, Sinai and the western part of Egypt, they were marginalized. Now the President himself is there. He is opening several projects, and this means that we are creating jobs for the young people. We are continuing our development. So tomorrow will be much better than today, and I am sure that today is much better than 10 years ago.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador. Also, the UN listed Upper Egypt local development projects as the best in achieving 2030 SDGs. So how do you see the government's plan to develop Upper Egypt, not only Sohag Governorate?
I assure you that as a clever citizen, I read it everywhere, and especially I invite everyone who is interested to know, to open the Ministry of Planning page on the computer. So you will find that we are covering all over Egypt, and no way to complain that we are leaving this part or that part. And now we are giving priority to Upper Egypt, to Sinai, to the west part of Egypt. So those people who have never seen such an effort to develop their country, they see now the results. Their children are having good schools, good housing, good hospitals, and now good opportunity to work in the future. And today, hundreds of jobs are available, and I am happy to hear and to watch this.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador. Also, how do you evaluate what has been implemented of the Decent Life Presidential Initiative project in various villages of the countryside?
Very important, because for sure we are developing.
Yes.
But we lack a sort of good distribution of the results of this development in order to reach every single citizen, especially the needy classes. So we want them to feel that we shall never take the results of development for the high classes only. No, we want to go deeper, to present services like education, like healthcare, like transport, all the means and ways to make our needy classes happier. And also we are giving financial support to those who need it. Today we heard about the new salaries. It's reasonable. So I think that we can assure all the classes in Egypt that they are well taken in the mind and in the efforts of those who are thinking about developing Egypt.
Yes, sir. Also, how important is cooperation between investors, the private sector, and the state in implementing a Decent Life initiative?
Here we are making a good story of success, because some of us are thinking that it's only the private sector can do the job. Some others are keen to see that only the government is doing the job. Both of them are wrong. The thing that we are trying to make the government do its job, also at the same time give room enough and space enough to every Egyptian, to every single Egyptian who wants to produce, in order to produce, in order to create more jobs, in order to make the life available better, in a better way for all our young generation. And this I am happy to hear also, that we are not neglecting neither the government and the sector or the private sector or the public sector. Every power we have, it has to be used in order to make our life better, and especially those marginalized places and those marginalized classes.
Yes. Also, if we talk about the health insurance system, and to what extent the digital transformation and planning contribute to achieving a good health system that achieves the comprehensive health coverage for all governorates of the Republic, as of course the healthcare is one of the main pillars of the Decent Life initiative, and we can see that it is now implemented in some cities here in Egypt. So how do you see its importance?
Very important, because as I said, we want to continue our efforts for more and more development.
Yes.
But at the same time, we want this development to be with fair results, that everybody, every single citizen should feel that it comes to him, whether by creating job for him or his children, whether to make education and healthcare and transport and all the services he needs available near to him in his city, in his village. So it is a double effort, development, but also fair distribution of the wealth.
Yes, also, sir, also if we talk about the most important characteristic of Upper Egypt is agricultural and handicraft industries. How can we maximize the productivity of these industries in Upper Egypt and also make them part of Egypt's exports?
Here we have to apply the Damietta proposal, the Damietta experience. Every single citizen in Damietta has his small and his own small project, whether it is carpenter, whether it is making sweets of Damietta, whether it's making tourism, many things like that. And we hope that we apply this model. The Damietta model is very important. That's why we can see easily that in Damietta there isn't any unemployed person. Employment in Damietta reaches 130%, because many people in Damietta has 2 jobs. at the same time. Also, education in Damietta is high rate, almost 100% educated. So let us learn from this experience. Also, Asyut with the carpet industry and the textile industry. It's another model. So we have experienced those projects, and the one-man project, a small carpenting shop of 5 workers, things like that. We shouldn't stop at what we call the mammoth projects. Mammoth projects, it belongs to the government and the big financiers. But what I should do as a citizen is to start by myself, is to do whatever I can to start my own project, not wait to the government to give me a job.
Yes, sir, also let us talk about the new city of Sohag, which has witnessed a development leap over the past few years in various fields, and the city was transformed from a poor desert into a residential city with integrated facilities, which includes all basic and recreational services, and the new city is one of the third generation cities of the new urban communities authority. So sir, also what is the importance of building these new cities across the state?
It is another side of our development.
Yes.
I am of the generation who lived in this country when the revolution of Gamal Abdel Nasser in 1952. We were 18 million. Now we are 120 million. So where we should put all this increase in population? Since our last revolution in 2011, up till now, we gave birth to 27 million children. Where we shall put them? So that's why one of the ideas, of the good ideas, is to establish new cities in the same area of the old cities, not far from it. We have this in Damietta and Mansoura. Now it is in Asyut and Sohag. We have it also in El Alamein and its premises. So, because we have a sort of challenge of the increase in population, and we have to face it.
Yes. Also, sir, one last question, which is that Egypt's government has succeeded in pumping large investments related to the infrastructure sectors in Upper Egypt during the past 8 years to meet urgent needs of citizens and raising the level of services, especially in drinking water sector, and raising efficiency of local roads. So to what extent taking more care of the infrastructure and investing in these projects will help in attracting more investors to these areas?
The importance of the infrastructure, that it creates more and more jobs.
Yes.
Without a lot of investment. It's just that you are building roads, building bridges, making schools available, all electricity, water supply. All these projects are very important because it creates jobs, and at the same time it supply us with all the services and needs important for our life. We cannot start any life anywhere without the basic infrastructure in order to start our projects. This is also another smart part of our development process.
Yes. Yes, I'd like to thank you, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you, sir, for being with us. And as I said earlier, President Fattah al-Sisi inaugurated a number of development projects in Upper Egypt on Thursday. In this context, the President inaugurated the Sohag Teaching Hospital and visited the new Sohag University. The head of state also inaugurated the Tama access along Nile River in Sohag. Presidential spokesman Ambassador Bassem Radi said that the head of state inspected the village of Omdoma, one of Decent Life Initiative villages and had breakfast with some families. The president also listened to youth from Sohag University about their experience in technological projects and commented that we need to make youth's dreams come true and support that. He also said that we are concerned with transforming youth's idea into successful projects. Moreover, the president reiterated that the government continues to establish the country's infrastructure in several domains. Addressing the ceremony, Prime Minister Madbouli said improving the citizens' living conditions has always been a main target of the state and leadership over the past years. He added that £102 billion are allocated for Sohag development process with total investments of £3.3 billion. Decent Life Initiative implements 17 projects in Sohag governorates. The UN listed Upper Egypt local development projects as the best in achieving 2030 SDGs. And by that, dear viewers, we come to the end of today's edition of Cairo Local Time. Thank you for watching.